Welcome back, Gridiron Girls and SportsSkinny fans and followers. This week we're going to talk LSU quarterback Brandon Harris. So last season, Brandon Harris kind of fell flat on his face and only really completed 3 passes in his first starting game, which, give the guy some credit. It was his very first starting game. But he didn't look like an SEC quarterback, and he didn't look like he was ready for college ball. But during the offseason, Coach Miles gave the kid a chance and told him if you work hard and you prove yourself, you can have that starting slot again. And so I think that Anthony Jennings and Brandon Harris, ultimately about the same age, about the same point in their careers, butted heads all offseason. They butted heads a lot last fall as well. Now, it may not be common knowledge, but Auburn is one of the schools alongside LSU to have recruited Harris while he was still in high school, and while they were disappointed that Harris, a local Louisiana resident who was born and raised in North Louisiana, chose LSU over them, they still were respecting of the kid's talent. And last season they were pretty shocked at how little he had accomplished for his team when his very first starting game was against Auburn, in Auburn, and he threw for 14 passes and completed only 3. And the game, Auburn won 41-7. But this year, Brandon Harris looks like a different guy. He looks a lot more confident in the pocket. He has a lot more flexibility in his range and a lot more accuracy in his throws. Him and Leonard Fournette kind of had a great deal of chemistry last week against Mississippi State. Leonard ran the ball for all the touchdowns, like literally every touchdown. But Les Miles kept a tight leash on Harris, and with a lot of respect for Les Miles, he is the Mad Hatter, and a lot of people give him grief because some of his decisions are insane and don't make a whole lot of sense. But with that decision, we saw Harris didn't have the opportunity to make the mistakes because Coach Miles was walking him through everything. This week, Coach Miles has kind of spoken on how he wants Harris to have some more freedom, but it's a little bit more apparent that Harris has grown into his quarterback position, and he looks more like a leader. And even his fellow teammates are ready to lead the whole Tiger pack across that field and win those games with Harris as their quarterback. So with a team who is ruthless and hard to beat and incredibly strong every season, LSU is really giving this kid a lot of the benefit of the doubt. And I'm anxious to see what he does. As you may have read in some of my past blogs, Harris was not my favorite quarterback. I'm a huge Zach Mettenberger fan, and now I recognize how Zach Mettenberger wasn't the best quarterback for LSU. He was a solid guy, and with all of his predictable mistakes and errors, he never, ever, ever was out of the blue. He knew exactly what he was doing, and his team knew what he was going to do, and the fans knew what he was going to do, and how he was going to play, and what he was going to be capable of. And I think we really want that same predictability from Brandon Harris, but we may not get it, because Brandon Harris isn't the kind of guy who's just going to tell you what's going to happen next. He'll show you that he's worth your belief in him, and he'll show you that he's worth Coach Miles giving him that second chance. And I believe that this game in Death Valley is going to be a really intense game. Not this past season, but the year before, Auburn played LSU in Death Valley during the daytime. Same situation as this coming game, and LSU dominated. Now, it was a different quarterback, a few different linemen, etc., some different receivers, but we're talking about a team who has never really faltered despite losing majority of their team every year to the NFL draft. So I think that this game is going to be a really, as I said before, intense game. It's going to be a mutual respect between two insanely good SEC teams, And now I'm not a huge Auburn fan, but I respect them more than I respect Alabama and a couple other SEC teams. So I'm always kind of anxious for this game in a good way. I really like to see the competition that Auburn gives LSU, and I really like to see LSU step up to the plate against this team. It has been 16 years since Auburn won in Death Valley, so surely they're not ready to just give up and lose. But it's going to be quite a fight, and ultimately I believe LSU has everything that they need to be successful. So Brandon Harris and every quarterback, mad props, because what you do is very difficult, and Brandon Harris especially, good for you getting that second chance, and your fans are rooting for you. We're Tiger fans, ride or die, and there are some Fairweather fans who may not appreciate what you do or what you've been through, but ultimately, diehard Tiger fans will tell you it's not an easy space to be a quarterback for LSU, and we have mad respect because LSU is a pretty rough and rowdy team, so playing for Coach Miles can't possibly be an easy feat, and leading a team of guys who are insanely good at what they do cannot be easily accomplished, so we're excited to see what you can do. If you have any other comments, beliefs, stories, whatever, leave them below for me. Read the blog this week for gridirongirl.org, and don't forget to come back every single Thursday because hold me accountable to this because I'm really trying to get on top of it. Videos every Thursday. I've been pretty wishy-washy with that, but let's stick to it. Hold me accountable. Subscribe because that way you'll know when new videos come out. Even though I'm saying Thursday, they might come out on Friday. But ultimately, I want you guys to be happy, so tell me what you want to see. I'm working on some new ideas. With Gridiron Girl, I'm going to be working on some makeup and hair ideas for fans, for female fans. I'm coming up with some new recipes for fans across the board, best tailgate things to make. I live in New Mexico, and my mom's guacamole is probably the best ever in the world. So I'll be giving you guys that secret recipe and many more. So let me know what you want to see, what you're interested in, and what I can make videos on that will increase your guys' happiness. Tell your friends, tell your family, retweet, share, follow, subscribe, all of the above. Don't forget to comment your name and introduce yourself so I know who you are, and follow me on social media. I'm a hoot. Really, I'm pretty good. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you next Thursday with another video. Have a great weekend. Go Tigers!